Hello, my name is Jim Caraba. I'm an agricultural safety specialist with the Northeast Center for Occupational Health and Safety. So we're going to talk about power takeoff safety today. And this machine here has a properly guarded PTO shaft. You can see the plastic shield is in place and that covers the PTO shaft. The PTO shaft is a rotating drive shaft that takes power from the tractor's engine and brings it back to the implement that you're using. So they can be very dangerous because they spin with a lot of speed and force. This is a 540 RPM shaft, so 540 revolutions per minute. And when that's at operating speed, it's going to travel about 7 feet per second. This machine is properly shielded and guarded. We can see the tractor master shield is in place and the implement master shield is in place. There's actually a chain here that holds the shield, so when that's running, it'll hold that shield in one place and I know that the PTO shield is working properly. And there's a chain on the rear too to do that. The way to check these is when the tractor is off, everything is shut off, I want to spin this and see if it spins freely by hand. Because it is possible for these to freeze or stick to the shaft, and then it essentially would be like a bare shaft. Also, I'm going to try to pull the shield back from the universal joint. I can't do it there, and I'll try that on the back here, and that it doesn't move back from there either. So I know the shield's working properly, everything's in place, the bearings are good. And just an example of that is this is a sample of a PTO shaft, and this is the universal joint. And on this is a Bearco shield, and the Northeast Center sells these shields. These are replacement shields, retrofit PTO shields, and they'll fit about 90% of the equipment that's out there. A nice feature of these is they have locking levers on these so that I can pull that back from the U-joint, excuse me, like that. I can pop open these levers, pull that back from the universal joint, and that way I could hook it up, or if I need to grease my grease fitting, I can access it that way. And there's a set of bearings, so each shield will come with a set of bearings like that. So you find the bearing that fits on your shaft, and that's the one you use. And it splits, so you can put it on there. You slide that shield up and then lock the levers in place, and that's what holds it in place. So we've sold quite a few of these, and they're very cost effective. This is the small diameter shaft, and that one's $59. And then we have a large diameter shaft, and that one's $77. Okay, so to illustrate how fast PTO shafts travel and the danger of them, I do this demonstration that I call the PTO boot demo. So it involves a boot with a long string, which it simulates a shoelace, and then I'll get 2 volunteers from my audience, and one will be a tractor driver, and one's going to be a victim. So I'll have the tractor driver hold the boot, and then I'll have the victim take the string, and we'll simulate that the tractor operator was on the tractor operating the controls, and the victim was on the ground working near the PTO shaft, and the victim was a little bit lazy that day and didn't tie their shoelace. You know, their shoelaces were dangling out, and it got caught on the PTO shaft. So it's starting to grab the shoelace, and it's wrapping around the shaft, and it's going to pull them into the shaft. So what I asked the audience or the tractor driver is, how long do you think their shoelace would have to be in order for you to have enough time to react, shut off the PTO, and then stop the PTO and save their lives? So, and we'll have the victim walk out with the string, and I'll have them tell them to stop when they think that's long enough. So now for my demo, I just need 2 volunteers. One's going to be a tractor operator, and one's going to be a victim. So now our victim is going to walk out with the shoelace, and tractor operator, when you think the shoelace is long enough that you could react in enough time, shut off the PTO and save her life, go ahead and tell her to stop. Oh, she's dead. That's not long enough. Okay, we're going to bring her back to life. Go ahead and walk out some more. Oh, she's dead again. That's still not long enough. Okay, bring her back to life. Keep going. I don't know. I think she's dead again. Make sure that's coming out all the way. Okay, keep going. All right, hold that out straight. There. That's 21 feet. So that's how far that PTO shaft is going to travel in 3 seconds, is 21 feet. And do you have shoelaces 21 feet long?
No.
No, not usually. And will the PTO shut off instantly when the tractor operator shuts off the PTO? No, it might still rotate for quite a while. So the lesson here is to always make sure the shields and guards are in place and that they're working properly before you use the machine. Always shut everything off before you're going to go back and work on it, and wait until the whole machine stops moving before you go back and make any type of adjustments or clean a clog or anything like that. Any service work, wait for everything to stop, shut everything off, and then make sure you're wearing tight-fitting clothing too. That's very important too. Like if you have long hair, you want to tie that up over a hat. Remove watches, rings, jewelry, that kind of thing. No loose, dangly strings. Always have tight-fitting clothing when you're working around a PTO shaft too. Well, thank you very much for volunteering, and I hope that you'll be safe when you go back home to work on your farms.